Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about our favorite puffy jackets here at Ridge and River. We're going to be talking about the Arc'teryx Cerium jacket, the Cotopaxi Downtown Fuego jacket, the Volcom Stone Cyclone jacket, and the Helly Hansen LifaLoft insulator jacket. Every single one of these is going to be a little bit better in different situations, so today we're going to talk about that, where they might succeed, where they might fail. So let's just hop right in and see what we think. Before we compare each jacket, let's nerd out a little bit about down insulation versus synthetic insulation. Down is typically duck or goose feathers. It's a little bit better performing in drier conditions where you're gonna be really cold. You know, down, if it gets wet, technically it's gonna lose a lot of that insulation factor. It's gonna make you be cold in those wetter environments if it gets soaked through, but it's much lighter as well. And then synthetic, typically a little bit puffier. You know, if you see those kind of puffy jackets, they're a little bit more lofty, they're a little heavier, but they do fare better in wetter conditions. Synthetic insulation can get wet and still keep you warm. Down insulation, when that gets wet, you're kind of shit out of luck. So if you live somewhere where it rains very often and there's a lot of moisture in the environment, a synthetic type of insulation might be better for you. But if you're in a drier, colder climate where you don't see as much rain, that down insulation might be a good option. Starting with the Arc'teryx Cerium hoodie. This jacket comes in with 850 fill goose down insulation with some pretty awesome synthetic fill around the hood, the wrist cuff, and the shoulders. So it's got that, you know, tactical placement of those synthetic insulators where you might get moist the most. So it's a really nice jacket because it combines best of both worlds. It's got that super light 850 fill goose down, so it's really light, really packable, really compressible, but it also has that synthetic insulation where you need it most. It's really, really lightweight. So if you're a person looking for an ultralight jacket and you're in an area where it doesn't get as wet, you know, somewhere in a moderately drier climate that's pretty cold on a regular basis, somewhere where you might be doing some backpacking, some hiking, some climbing, some skiing, somewhere where it doesn't rain a lot. So, you know, this might not be the best jacket for like Pacific Northwest, like Mount Baker, that type of area. But if you're somewhere a little bit more dry, like the American Southwest, or potentially somewhere up into Canada and Banff where it's really, really cold, but also pretty dry, this could be that jacket for you. It does come in at a higher price point than all of the other jackets we're talking about today at $400, but it does have more technology. And just for the sake of this video, this is my Cerium jacket. I think I bought it 5 years ago. It doesn't have a hood. This is a pretty old model. As you can see in a few areas, this bad boy's got a little bit of tape on it. It's got some goose down popping out here. I have put this thing through its paces. I've worn it for backpacking. I've worn it on really cold days, climbing out in Red Rock in Vegas. I haven't worn it here in the Midwest for riding, but when I did live out in Vegas, I did wear this jacket in the mountains more frequently, just again, because it was cold but dry. So if you're looking for a jacket that has just awesome technical features, this is probably the one for you. Next up, we're going to talk about the Cotopaxi Downtown Fuego jacket. This comes in with an insulation at 800 fill duck down, but it's also a responsibly sourced down. So, you know, that Cerium coming in at 850, this one coming in at 800. It's a little bit more puffy, a little bit less packable, but as with all of the Cotopaxi line, it comes responsibly sourced. They're all about that eco-friendly recycled fabric. Obviously it has a sick pop of color here, but it is a little bit puffier. Coming in at a price of $295, this jacket is definitely a step down, but at that price point, it's really not that much worse of a jacket than that Cerium. So if you're not someone that's like really getting after it, if you're not needing the top line technical jacket, but you want a down jacket that's great for hiking, backpacking, climbing, anything you're getting into in colder weather, also just for use around town, for going grocery shopping, for getting any errands done during winter, this is probably that jacket for you. Again, at $295 versus $400, big step down price-wise, but you're not losing a ton. Something that you do lose with this Fuego versus the Cerium, you're not getting any of that synthetic insulation in the hood, shoulder, or the wrist cuff. So this is just down, just that 800 fill down. So again, it is a really good performer in dry conditions, but if you're gonna be outside on a rainy day, this is not the jacket for you. Again, so price point jacket. Definitely a little bit puffier, not as packable, but it pops some sick colors just across the entire line. Cotopaxi is really known for that good color pop. And if you want just that one jacket that's gonna get you warm in all conditions, but not be a rain jacket at all, this could be that one for you. Side note, I do also own this jacket. I've had my Down Fuego jacket for honestly like 8 years. It's like the magma gray color. I bought it a long time ago. It's also all duct taped up, patched up. Something between the Cerium and the Fuego jacket that I noticed is both of them do kind of lose a little bit of that insulation in the back as you compress it. And you know, I've seen the down from both of these jackets over a lifetime of the jacket starting to pop out, needing to be taped. But again, I'm really hard on everything I own. So definitely take that into account. But I just wanted to be open and honest. I own both of these jackets. I think they're both great. This is more my around town jacket and the Cerium is more my performance jacket. I am toasty in this thing. This is synthetic, so it's way more puffy. Now let's take a look at the Volcom Stone Cyclone jacket. We're gonna hop down from those down jackets into our synthetic insulators. So this jacket has that what is that called? Thermocore Eco Down. So this jacket comes with that Thermocore Eco Down synthetic insulation, and it comes in kind of equivalent to a 600 fill duck or goose down. So it's definitely a lot, you know, lower quality insulation. It's a little bit more puffy. You can definitely feel it. It's a bit of a heavier jacket, but with that, this jacket definitely outperforms both the Cerium and the Fuego jacket in wet conditions because this is a synthetic jacket. Another good thing with this jacket is it comes in right around $220. So again, it's a price drop from $295 in that Fuego jacket and $400 in that Cerium. Just, you know, wearing this jacket here in the shop, you can definitely feel that this is a heavier jacket than those two down jackets because obviously, as we mentioned, down is a little bit lighter, synthetic's a little bit heavier, but it's by no means bulky or uncomfortable. Something to note also, compared to the last two jackets, everything I've been wearing today is a size large, coming in around 6 feet, 175. This is also a large. You can see it's a lot baggier than those last two jackets, again, because Volcom is a snowboarding and a skateboarding brand, so the clothing tends to be a little bit baggier. So if you want something that fits a little bit loose, might be good as that outer layer if you're gonna be throwing on some different types of base layers, a fleece layer, something underneath. This could be a good outer jacket for you because it is synthetic. So it does provide more moisture wicking capabilities as well. Something cool about this jacket is it does have a lot of different reflective layers as well. So it's definitely good if you're getting into some snow sports or something where you might potentially get lost or stuck in the snow, because it does have that reflective type of material, which provides a little bit of shine. So if anybody's looking for you with a light or a camera, they're out there and they might see the sun reflecting off of this jacket a little bit better. So just another nice piece to take note of. The reflective material on this is quite nice. Also right here, you can see where it changes to orange. There's a little bit different of an insulation. So right here, where you might sweat the most, you know, armpits, you've got a little bit of a thinner insulation. It allows kind of a more breathable membrane for that moisture to come in and out. So that's nice. You've got that black kind of puffy insulation that we're all used to on the top. So it's gonna not allow that heat to seep out because, you know, as we know, heat rises. So the more insulating point is on the top, and then where we keep most of that heat, where we might get really wet, which is what we're trying to avoid with all of these jackets, is right here in the armpits. So definitely a fantastic jacket if you want something synthetic at a lower price point. It's a little bit more baggy, a little bit more streetwear look, more snowboard, more skateboard. If that's the style and vibe for you, this is definitely the jacket. The final jacket we're going to be looking at today is the Helly Hansen LifaLoft Hybrid Insulators. So right out the gate, obviously, we're going to notice the size. This is also a large, but it is cut pretty European, pretty tight. As we've talked about in a lot of other videos, Helly Hansen cuts their stuff narrow. So that is something to take note of. If you want to use this jacket as an insulating piece in a layered system, you might need to size up because this is a large and honestly it's feeling pretty tight on me. Something cool about everything from Helly Hansen is they typically use their own technology. So between the two companies, Helly Hansen and LifaLoft, This LifaLoft insulation is a proprietary tool that is only used by Helly Hansen. When you use that LifaLoft internal insulator, what you're getting out of this synthetic insulating jacket is a much more warm and waterproof, water-resistant layer at a much lighter, packable weight. So Helly Hansen, has not only been a ski company, but also are very renowned in the fishing world, the deep sea fishing world. They're a European brand that has been doing this for a really long time. So they make great jackets for a lot of different situations. So even though, this LifaLoft insulator is definitely super light, I'm still feeling very warm standing here in this jacket. So compared to everything I've worn today between the Cerium, the Fuego, and the Stone Cyclone, I would say this is definitely the least warm of the 4 jackets, but it's not that far behind. So if you're looking for something that's really lightweight, really packable, packs a punch with that synthetic insulation to keep you dry in those more wet conditions, this is a fantastic jacket to take a look at. This jacket is coming in right at $200, so it's our lowest price of the 4 jackets we've talked about today. So if you're, again, looking for that one insulating jacket to get you done in any situation, from the bar to the hiking trails, from the grocery store to the ski hill, this is gonna be that jacket for you, coming in at $200. Again, very well priced, keeps you dry, keeps you warm, a nice insulating layer as well because it's not so thick. So you could actually wear this under another jacket or a shell if you really wanted to be warm or really wanted to be waterproof. So this is a fantastic thing for that as well. So to wrap it all up, today we've talked about a lot of different jackets, different types of insulation, down and synthetic. What we really want is to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Which of these jackets is your favorite? If you don't own any of them, which type of insulation do you prefer? What type of jacket do you own? What's your favorite insulating jacket that you've used in different situations? Definitely leave a comment down below and let us know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely leave that comment down below. And if you have any more questions about anything that we offer at Ridge and River, check us out over at ridgeandriver.com or come to our store in Toledo, Ohio. Thanks for watching and stay warm out there.